Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making a classic Mediterranean dish that's perfect for that chilly weather out there, as with each spoonful, it's going to warm your soul with so much goodness. We're talking a Mediterranean white bean soup. Now the beauty of this recipe is that it's made with the simplest ingredients. It truly is effortless to put together, and that it's all done in a little over 30 minutes, yet it feels like it's been simmering for hours. Folks, serve the soup next to a couple slices from a crunchy baguette drizzled with a little olive oil, and of course a bottle of Spanish wine. You're gonna have yourself a cozy and comfortable meal. All right, let's just dive right into this recipe. I'm gonna heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. So important to use a great olive oil to make this soup, as it's the base fat of the dish and what truly flavors all the ingredients. Link where you can get the Spanish one I'm using for this recipe in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm gonna finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic, and cut 1 red bell pepper and 2 carrots that have been peeled into small bite-sized pieces. Then we'll add in the chopped vegetables into the stock pot with the hot olive oil. And as always, we'll mix the ingredients around continuously. That way they all evenly saute and they don't brown too quickly. After 3 to 4 minutes and the vegetables are lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in half a cup of tomato sauce, which is 120 grams. I made my sauce by finely grating fresh tomatoes, but you can also use canned tomato sauce here or even passata. We'll also add in 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, which is 2 grams, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is half a gram, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together, and then simmer it for a few minutes without mixing the mixture. After about 3 minutes and the tomato sauce has slightly thickened, it's time to add in the beans. I'm going to drain 2 cans of white beans into a fine sieve and rinse the beans under some water. The size of the cans that I'm using are 15.5 ounces, which is about 440 grams each. And I'm using typical Spanish canned white beans here, but you can use whatever type of canned white beans you like. And we'll add the beans into the stock pot. Then we'll add in 1 liter of vegetable broth, which is about 4 1/4 cups. You can use other liquids here, such as chicken broth or even beef broth. Either way, link on how to make my homemade veggie broth in the description box below. And we'll turn it up to a high heat and give it a gentle mix. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes. That way all the flavors can develop. In the meantime, I'm going to grab 100 grams of fresh spinach, which is about 3 ounces, and roughly chop it. I'm using fresh bagged spinach here, but you can also use the frozen stuff. Just make sure to fully thaw it out beforehand and pat it completely dry. After about 15 minutes, we'll remove the lid from the stock pot, add in the chopped spinach and the juice of half a lemon. And we'll give this one final mix until that spinach is lightly wilted. Then we'll remove the stock pot from the heat, transfer some of the soup into a shallow bowl, and for the final touch, we'll finally grate a kiss of cheese over the soup. I'm using a Spanish Manchego that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And to veganize this recipe, just omit the cheese. Either way, check it out. Our Mediterranean white bean soup is done. Super easy to make, simple, heart-healthy ingredients, and the best part, all done in a little over 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. I'm telling you folks, it's another cold and chilly day outside, so you know this is gonna hit the spot. Plus it's still piping hot. Here we go. Food for the soul. Check that out. First things first, with that first bite, it instantly warms your soul and it fills you with so much goodness. But for me, the real winner of this soup is that we use very simple ingredients. It's so easy to put together and done in a little over 30 minutes, yet it feels like it's been simmering for hours. Once again, give this a try at home, next to a couple slices of crunchy baguette drizzled with a little olive oil and a bottle of Spanish wine. More specifically from the region of Priorat, you're gonna have yourself a cozy and comfortable meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Leslie Tyson, Alan Sanchez, Kevin Moran, and Lisa Larea. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.